Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to sew this American Girl doll halter top, and it has more of like a triangle shape. I've seen some on YouTube that are more of like a square or a different design, but I haven't seen any like this, so I thought it'd be a fun thing to make and try out. And there is a free pattern to go along with today's tutorial, and it is linked in the description for you to print out. Anyways, let's get straight into the video. So before I start with the actual tutorial, I want to mention that you're going to be needing a knit fabric. So a knit fabric is more of like a stretchy fabric versus like a cotton that is just like very stiff. But yeah, they're both good for different things, but for this one you're going to want a knit fabric. So you're going to need to print out the pattern that I linked in the description. I created this one myself, so I hope that it works for you. The edges of mine got cut off, but you can just like cut around them. It's not too big of a deal, but then you're just going to want to cut around the lines on the pattern. So once you have your pattern cut out, it should look something like this, and you're going to place it on the edge of your fabric, and then you're just going to pin down the pattern and then cut out a piece of fabric around it to make the shape that we need. And once you have your fabric piece cut out, you're just going to fold up all of the edges around 1/4 of an inch. And then you can also decide the length of your shirt here. If you want a shorter one, then fold up the bottom more. But if you want just like kind of a normal length shirt, then you're going to want to fold it up around 1/4 of an inch. But everything else will be 1/4 of an inch. And then you're just going to pin those all down. And then just a little tip, when you reach the bottom of the triangle on both sides where it meets the straight part, you're just going to want to cut a little line going downwards so that you can fold over the edges more easily. But after that, you're just going to continue folding them in 1/4 of an inch until you've done all of the edges. And once you have folded in all of the edges, you're just going to sew all around all of them, and this will just make the shirt a very clean edge on all of the edges, and it'll just look much neater than just a piece of fabric. And then when you finish sewing around all of the edges, your piece of fabric should look something like this. So now we are going to be cutting 2 new pieces of fabric for the straps that tie around her neck. They are both going to be 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch by 8 inches. And here I have my 2 new pieces, and so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to fold them in half and then sew down with a little bit less than a 1/4 inch seam allowance. And I'm going to do that for both of them. So yeah. And then now that I finished that, here are what my little tubes look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a safety pin and just pin it to the edge of one of the straps, and then I'm just going to feed it through the tube until it is all the way through, which will just pull it to be right sides out, because we don't want this like flat edge. We want the rounded look of the good side of the fabric, so doing this helps us get a neat looking strap. But anyways, I'm going to do this on both of the straps, and then I'll come back here when I'm done. Okay, so now I have pulled both of the straps out to the right side with the safety pin, and this is what they look like. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to grab the rest of the top that we already did, and then I'm just going to cross the 2 straps, the edge of both of them, over each other like an X, and then I'll put it under the little tip of the triangle and just pin it down. And then I'm just going to sew on top of that, and we basically just want these straps to connect at the edge of the triangle so that they can tie around her neck. But yeah. both of those straps attached, but as you can see, the ends are still kind of open from that tube. So I'm just going to be bending them down a little bit, maybe like 1/4 of an inch or not even that much. And then I'm just going to be stitching them down so that they stay in place. And here I haven't done that, and they just look a lot neater and they're not like open. And now we're going to be doing some Velcro. So I'm cutting it a little bit shorter than the length at the bottom, the shorter side, where it's going to actually attach in the back. And then I get these 2 pieces, so I'm going to take one of them and put it on the outside of the shorter side, so on the good side basically, and then I'm just going to stitch that on all around. So now I finished putting on that first piece of Velcro, and I'm just putting the shirt on my doll so I can see where the other one needs to go, but I'm basically just going to wrap the back around her, and then I'm just going to figure out where that other piece of Velcro needs to go to make it fit comfortably, and then I'm just going to pin it on and sew it down in place. By the way, this second piece will be on what's considered the inside of the shirt, while the other one was on the outside. So I just want to clear that up just to make sure that no one gets confused about that. But anyways, I'm just going to continue sewing that piece of Velcro on. And once you have sewn on that second piece of Velcro, you are all done with your triangle halter top. So this is what mine looks like. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I haven't really created my own digital sewing pattern before, but I had a lot of fun doing it and testing it out, and I will definitely be making more in the future. So yeah, anyways, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!